Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Let's Play Hearts Fire for Kaiserreich as the Nanjing Nationalist government, the KMT. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So, I would say overall, I think things are going pretty well for us, for sure. Now, we could try to integrate both of these people a little bit more. We have 53 political powers. Is there anything else we want to spend this on first? The empowerment. I think this is, honestly, I think it's mostly going okay. It's really, do we want more support? Because, I mean, they can't break away from us. Unlike, you know, Yunnan, they have a 32.76% chance. Offer with the Sichuan clique. After the 1st of January of next year. Not in a civil war. What ideology are you? You're social conservative. They might lean and help us out. Like, I wouldn't say no to that. But for 50 political power, let's throw those points into Linguang. I think that seems okay. And this is for the stability hit, which, again, I don't want to take. It just doesn't seem like something that I want to do right now. Like, maybe in the future. Not going to say no to that. But not right now. Also, Belgium is joining International. Now, I don't know if they're going to have the civil war, because like sometimes Belgium will like break into two countries. But I mean, having them in International usually I think is a boon for the International. Same with them, especially they have like the Netherlands. Germany like is really bad at dealing with that. Let's just put it that way. Civil war in the United States, not our concern. You can have some info. Weekly stability gain. That ain't bad. That ain't bad, for sure. Got a little bit more radicalism. Is what it is. Do we have any other trees? Okay, it's just this. Just wanted to check. And we're probably going to go for the Mingnan insurgency. I think it just makes sense for what we're doing here. Political department. I mean, war support, 50 political power. Enforced party orthodoxy. Okay, you know, let's at least get the base level of all these things done. So we'll get our political organization here done. I think that seems pretty good. And secure OCC donations. Radicalism goes up by a small amount. What is our radicalism at? The 18%. Now I don't know what the bad number is. I mean, it makes sense if it's just 100, but I don't know if that's we can guarantee that. It could be 50. It could be 33%. It could be if this is higher than any of these numbers. That's when it becomes an issue. I don't quite know. As complete the focus, this is going to give us production efficiency growth. I mean, I don't think that, like, doesn't do anything for us right now. I mean, we have a little bit of growth we could potentially have, but I mean, a civilian factory I think is always good. When removed, we lose a fact. So, how long is this for? Is it just for 100 days? When is it removed? I don't know. Is what how many civilian factories do you have right now? 0. Is one civilian factory going to move the needle? One of my mods clearly doesn't work. I should have fixed my mod issue because I have not updated it really at all. We have the coal. We're up on coal. That's good, I think. I would have to imagine it's good. I don't think any of these are what we're looking for right now. Just remove that off the screen entirely, at least for the time being. The Korean National Revolutionary Party. As part of the Chinese Kuomintang's commitment to not just a national revolution, but also liberation for the rest of the Asian peoples from imperialism, cordial ties have been established between the Kuomintang and the Korean National Revolutionary Party. Formed by Korean exiles in China and led by King Wambong, a Korean revolutionary, who had joined the Whampoa Academy shortly before the Northern Expedition, the KNRP claims to be the sister party of the KMT. As a Korean Nationalist Party, the KNRP is generally a socialist party that also professes to adapt and follow the 3 principles of the people. as the Korean people, like the Chinese people, are oppressed and lived under the chains of Japanese imperialism. The bonds between these two nations are strong. As the conflict between the Empire of Japan and the nationalist-led China seemed inevitable, many Korean expatriates believe that by working with the Chinese, they may one day achieve independence with Chinese help. Although the Northern Expedition collapsed, Kim Wong-bo continued fighting for the National Revolutionary Army, helping in the organization of the socialist and Korean nationalist movements. Using his expertise in espionage, recruit and train cadets for the Korean Liberation Army, Kim has led a battalion of equally patriotic Korean volunteers, including a young Chung Chol-bu, with a grand goal of one day that they may return home to Korea as liberators. We got King Wong-bong. Very, very good. So we're going to get... This will unlock Enforced Orthodoxy, which is going to push us a little bit more towards the RCA. I think that's about it. For 10% war support, I just feel like they're too expensive. Also, there we go. As good as my light went off. So, this is just a generic international event. We literally don't care about that. And volunteers from the Rising Sun. The Foreign Ministry received the official enlistment of a curious individual today, and a handful of volunteers from the Empire of Japan. Osaka Sanzo, a former labor organizer, journalist, and member of the Third International, has long worked with the Mingan insurgency since his deployment to China, following a failed 1932 uprising. A committed Marxist devoted to the liberation and revolution of the Japanese workers and peasants, he has since been exiled from his home country and has acted as an agent of the Third International. Despite Japan's tense relationship with China, especially in regards to their exploitation of our country's northeast, Nosaka and his followers have pledged their services to the Chinese National Revolution, arguing that their cause stands with ours in a joint pan-Asian struggle against not only imperialism, but also capitalism as well. As a result, the National Revolutionary Army has decided to fully grant the commission to Nosaka as an officer of the National Revolution. And what can we do with you? It's the offense and defense again. I still don't really know what I want. I kind of do like recovery rate. You know what? Give me the recovery rate. I have made my decision, and I cannot alter it. I cannot alter it at this point. It is set in stone. Ability for the Olympiad. 52% chance. Okay, maybe I don't know exactly what bleeds this this number here. We do need to save points to get this reform done. And this is for Yunnan. I mean, they have a lot of Social Democrat support, and that's what we want. Because again, if we're going to go for Song Qingling, or potentially the Totalist Uprising, again, either one of those is fine by me. Yeah, we'll just recognize the new Yunnan society. I'm sure it'll be okay. Vision of Calcutta. Across the continent, the liberation fervor swept across India, and its people have risen up against the British oppressors. As a result, the foundation of the Bharatiya's People Republic by the Indian National Congress and their various allies. Government that stands as a continued testament to freedom's call. Okay. Often working parallel to our own efforts across the 1920s, the Bharatiyas are often seen as kindred spirits of our own. In some ways, this exchange of ideas began early 1907, when exiled Chinese revolutionaries worked with Indians and Japanese revolutionaries to form the Asiatic Communitarian Brotherhood. As we work to free our homeland, it is imperative that we remember all the others in Asia that need liberation. A direct example of such pan-Asian partnership, independent of Japan's misguided sphere, but the Chinese military's mission is set to India in 1934 under Zhang Fanghui. There remain of course, plenty of hurdles in the future ties, such as the question of borders and dealing with the Japanese threat. But for now, we salute our revolutionary comrades as we march towards freedom, and let us hope that they do the same. Now, I don't know the chances of the Bharatiya's People's Republic actually winning. Just because they do have this two-front war. It's not as easy as it once was for The socialists will win here, unfortunately. The people of Langyang were surprised when a young American man appeared and walked around the capital of our revolution, asking the locals questions about life here and our struggle. While his inquisitive behavior seemed completely spontaneous and drew a lot of equally curious stares and wild gossip, it was actually the result of hard work of our publicity department. The foreigner in question is Edgar Snow, an American journalist based in Shanghai, who came to Langyang to be the first Western writer to see our principles in practice firsthand. With the help of our experienced scouts, he got safely across the front lines. He has spent his time here doing interviews with leadership figures, including Madame Sun and Wang Jingwei, but also with ordinary soldiers and common people on the streets. He was already quite sympathetic to our cause, and we made sure to show him that our fight is just. Today, his book hit stores in the West, and is already lauded by some as the scoop of the century. But it will surely have a positive effect on our image in the eyes of the people of the world, despite whatever mean-spirited naysayers or apologists of imperialism may crow about bias. Estonia has joined the Reichspakt. I mean, makes sense, Estonia. When you got this dangerous danger, Latvia, I would also be concerned. Okay, Second American Civil War. Now, Japan, you have a focus tree now, right? We should play not Japan, Philippines. We should play the Philippines at some point. So we got the United States Military Administration, we got the Workers' Congress, Americans People Government, and the American Constitutional Coalition. Now, I don't think we played Hoi 4 since, or we didn't play Kaiserreich at least since this change to the Civil War happened, which I think was already like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, maybe. I don't quite remember. Okay, but Mexico's now in the International. There is a Nordic Council. Like, this basically, like, doesn't ever happen. So this will be interesting. There's going to be, like, a neutral Nordic state. Our efforts to integrate Yangguang. In recent weeks, we have taken steps to further integrate the Yangguang administration with our own, making slow but steady progress in that regard. This has, of course, not gone unnoticed by Cheng Ming-shu and the KMT NFA, but it appears that they have generally acquiesced to our demands, whether out of genuine ideological loyalty or because they see unification as a false accompli. Is this not the same event that we saw before? I think it's basically the same. Maybe slight changes, but... Okay, we're now at 37%. I'll be honest, I have literally no idea what moves this refusal chance along. It seems like it kind of does its own thing. Do we have any aircraft? We have no aircraft points, so that's futile. Tanks don't make any sense. We're still researching trucks. So I'd say for the time being, more guns, I think is just always a good thing. And then after this, we cannot deal with the warlords yet. But you know what? If we need to try to get Hunan, Shaanxi, and Sichuan, then we need to do this first. So let's get the legacy of the Mingan insurgency. Again, it's going to push us more towards the PAC, which is what we want. And the propaganda department. In May of 1924, the first cadets at Whampoa received political training from Whampoa's newly established political department. Inspired by revolutionary trends worldwide, at that time, Liao Zhonghuai was appointed as the official head of the department. At the same time, prominent party members such as Dai Jintao, Wang Jingwei, and Hu Hanmin were lecturers in political subjects. This first class was routinely given political talks as they were organized into the Model Regiment, the precursor of the NRA's First Army. With the re-establishment of the Whampoa, the political department has been re-established with General Zhao Enlai once more resuming his position as head of the political department. With the encouragement of some of the RCA and LCS, Zhao has a position to encourage Whampoa students to read about socialism, the history of French and British revolutions, and Marxism. Nonetheless, other ideas are flourishing in lectures as well. General Dang Yanda is known to frequently encourage his soldiers to seek the peasants out in the country and to live among them. Other classes play up the notion of carrying on the Dr. Sun's will, with the promise that perhaps the Kuomintang may be successful this time. There's also been lectures by more nationalistic and radical officers, who instead focus on revitalizing the revolution against China's two domestic and foreign enemies. Defense of the peasants, a little bit more towards the PAC. Socialist revolution. Or we just get a little bit more radicalism. You know what? Let's extol the defense of the peasants. We'll have a peasant-led revolution here. Concealment. Minus 5% air support. I mean, again, that could theoretically be good because Japan... How many planes do you have? Let's just say more than we do. Let's just leave it at that. More than what we have. Which I'm assuming is 0. Yes, it is 0. We have 1 truck. There's 1 truck in China. Which, probably not great. Hawaii joining Entente. I got like a little bit of hair going into my eye. That's probably not great. So we're now having a little bit of a tilt towards the PAC. So, I mean, it's just an army experience gainer right now, which I think's good. And again, we can't just have a tilt. We need to be moving in one direction, based on what we read earlier, so that we don't have some sort of national crisis on our hands. Xinjiang clique's been eliminated. Kulmo Khan has capitulated, or I don't know if that's actually true. Actually, I think you guys are supposed to be at war with each other. But you know what? For the time being, we'll just let them chill out. I'm guessing, is there like a subject of the Xinjiang clique? I'm not 100%. You know what? Let's just say if by 1938, if we don't see any motion here, we'll just make them declare war on each other. I think I still have my... I don't know if I actually have the mod on anymore, but there was a mod I had that would allow me to do that, but we'll figure that... When push comes to shove, we'll figure it out. Okay. We can get ourselves a new leader here. Now, Sun Fo... just a pat... I mean, the 15% political power is not great. Taiyuan Pei. Yuan. Taiyuan. Okay. So who's actually in... There's 2 PAC leaders here. We got Peng Duhuai, who is defense on core territory, which I think is just bad all of the time. Now, research speed plus 10%. Production efficiency growth by plus 10%. Again, these are both good things to have. Like, I'm not going to be upset about them. He also bind the syndicalist movement closer to Kuomintang. He and the other elders have since broken a Wang away in the RCA because of their authoritarianism. Because you are a PAC member, you're RCA, and you are also RCA. Who else do we have? Before we make a choice. Chichontong is... Wow, max factories in state. That'd be great for the no factories that I have. Okay. Division attrition, I think is pretty good. Air accident chance, I think, is basically meaningless. Honestly, you're all kind of bad. You're all really not what I'm looking for. I guess we'll go with Taiyuan Pei. I think he just seems like the best choice for us. Wait, do we have factories? 8 out of 8? I mean... Reinforce electrical grid. Do we have an electrical grid at all? All these experimental things I think are basically going to be meaningless to us. 60%. That's our ally. I mean, we'll annex the territory eventually, but it's not right now. So, let's... Nanjing, I think, makes sense. I mean, it's a little bit of a worry if Japan attacks us, but... Okay, by the way, free civilian factories means 0. Very, very, very cool game. Thank you. Thank you. We'll put it here anyways, just in case, something comes up. Just in case. Revolution and thought. Within the RCA, few can hardly dispute that the clique's primary ideological stance is guided by none other than Cheng Gongwo, dynamic revolutionary socialist who studied economics at Columbia University from 1922 to 24, associated with syndicalists early on in his political career, and a founding member of the Chinese Syndicalist Party. Chun has developed a passionate interest in Marxism, while overseas. Intellectually, he describes himself as believing in historicism, a common euphemism for Marxist materialism. Like all orthodox Marxists, Chun holds that politics and institutions are merely a reflective of economic structures. A frequent publisher of the Revolutionary Critic, Chun has recently published his magnum opus, Revolution in Thought. In his work, he coined the expression dynamic materialism to describe his Weltanschauung worldview. Okay. Holding that matter and emotions are basic constituents of the world. In a concluding passage of his work, Chun notes that he has originally found fault in Marx's writing that capitalism would lead to its own destruction. After all, he pointed out that although the Great War, Germany has survived and sustained itself, exploiting their colonies to strengthen capitalism, an idea that never anticipated by Marx. However, with the recent collapse of the German economy following Black Monday, Chun writes that for China to be free, she must pursue her own independent revolutionary direction, and that the KMT party organ must be reorganized to perfection to execute such anti-imperialism. With the demise of capitalism worldwide, Chun mused that there is finally a chance for the National Revolution to succeed. And with that, I say it's going to be a good time for us to end this episode. If you enjoyed, thumbs up. Now, do we go thumbs down? You want to see more? Subscribe, and goodbye.